yesterday. And thank you for all who could join today. We had to cancel it yesterday for some unforeseen reasons. So wonderful to see everybody. We have some new friends. Hi Emma, hi Dipali, hi Pushpa, hi Khushbu, hi Spurti, hello Vritti, hello Sarinji, hello Mama, hi Spurti, hi Anita ji, namaste everybody. So friends, I was actually thinking, because of course now yoga everybody is practicing, right? All of us here are practitioners of yoga. We are on the path to oneness. We all are on this physical plane. When we are coming, we are disconnected. We are separate from that oneness. And this is the Leela, this is the play. And we are in our journey towards that oneness again. And as I was thinking yesterday, what is it that we speak about here in yoga? I actually first felt like sharing a little bit about my yoga class practice, right? So, of course, like most people, when we speak about yoga, everybody first thinks about the asanas. We practice asana, right? So, the practice of yoga as it has been given by Patanjali, and of course, Shiva was the first one who gave all the wisdom, all the knowledge. So we know there is yam, niyam, asan. So we are really paying attention to what to do, what not to do, and then coming, okay, this body, how do you really start mastering the body? The asanas are really helping you to stop the restlessness of the body. Asan, pranayam, and then dharana, and then dhyan, and then comes samadhi. Samadhi is the experience of oneness. But of course, samadhi is something that starts to happen later, right? This entire journey, we start from one place, but we go up to experiencing and living in oneness. There are many people who get experiences of oneness in the meditation. And it's a beautiful experience. When we just start experiencing that, it's amazing. But many times, then when we come, open our eyes, when we are going into the world, and then when you're in your household and something happens with your mother-in-law, with your husband, and again we are in the state of separation, then we are not able to actually sustain that oneness, right? So samadhi is where we actually start experiencing, and when we start, then finally we start living in that. So all the masters who are enlightened are living in that state of oneness. But as I was thinking about my practice of yoga, so with this teacher, I started practicing yoga, Iyengar yoga in 2021. Okay. And the interesting thing is, when she started telling about, oh, are you sitting on your sit bones? Are you sitting on your tailbone? And me and Ganesh, we started doing, and Ganesh is like, where is the tailbone? How do I know? Where am I sitting? Right? Or she would say, are you aware of just your frontal body? Or are you aware of your lateral body? What's happening in your lateral body? What's happening in your front body? And initially you realize that you don't even know what's happening there. So we are actually so disconnected with so many aspects of our own body. When now in the third, fourth year, when we are coming, and she's talking about how your legs, how that is working or not working, and that's going to decide whether what's the load that's coming on your organs. Okay, and how is really, if your back is not working, if your back is not in a good condition, that means that your leg is not working. So how the entire body is actually so connected, and something going wrong here, you have to really connect. We have to really see where are things going wrong. So she was speaking about how it's only with the third year practice that many people start becoming aware of the lateral body and the backside of the body, when you're not actively working with that, when you're doing an asana where that is not involved. But the realization that actually we are so disconnected, right? That is something that I thought I will share today, because in our journey, when we are disconnected, when we are living disconnected, we do not even know that we are disconnected. when our journey starts in the physical plane, now I'm not talking about asanas, I'm talking about our entire journey, our life. Okay, now coming to that, we do not know many times that we are disconnected from our own really true essence, our true beingness, right? And our journey is really from being even unaware that we are disconnected. Then, when we will start actually being a seeker, when we all are now sadhaks, we are doing sadhana, we are taking time out for meditation. All of you today on a weekend, when you're here, you're taking time out for your sadhana. Now, as sadhaks, what will happen is we start becoming aware. Some aspects we start connecting. And then when we start connecting, that's when we realize, oh, we were disconnected from this, right? Now, when I'm talking about this was happening at the level of the body, the same happens at the level of the psyche. Many times we are disconnected with aspects of ourselves. As we know that just the tip of the iceberg, the little conscious mind, the tip of the iceberg is what we know. 95% we don't know. And we may think that we know ourselves, right? Because the little part that we know, of course, we define ourselves just as that. But there is so much that we do not even know, right? And why is it that when things have gone in the subconscious, of course, a lot of them are also painful aspects. A lot of them are also traumas that we have experienced, and hence, submerged in the subconscious, we are really not even aware that those aspects are there. So, in our journey where we are unaware of the disconnected aspects, then we will start connecting. And when they start showing up, we start realizing that, oh, I was disconnected from that. So little by little, we start keep going on connecting. It's amazing. It's a beautiful journey also in itself. From us going from separateness to oneness, this entire journey, there's going to be again moments of bliss. There's going to be moments of pain. But this entire journey is beautiful. In so many people who are working with me when they come, and of course in the clinic, in the one-to-one setting, there is so much also deep trauma work that happens, right? And we realize that they are dissociated with so many parts of themselves. Something which is too painful, that part is completely dissociated. So from, of course, we become aware of that. But the key sutra that Buddha gave for being on this path, when we are now talking about our journey from dissociation, disconnection to oneness, the key sutra that he gave is, he gave the noble truths where he said, remember, dukh hai, there is pain, right? So in our journey, when we just remember that, okay, we are bringing our attention to ourselves, and when we are bringing our attention to ourselves, we are also ready to see the pain. Then he says, the cause of this pain is, the suffering is that we are very attached. We are very attached to just the good. We only want all the good things, all the happiness, all the joy. But in life, if there is just happiness, there is just joy, it's going to lose all its essence. We will not even actually value that. So when we experience moments of joy, then always what happens is after that there is going to be, sometimes there are moments of sadness, right? And there are going to be moments when you're angry, there are moments of some stress. So this up and down keeps happening, okay? And recognizing that we do not get attached to this. Buddha says if we can just watch, we can watch in the same way, just that we watch the happiness, the joyous moments, we also watch those moments where we are sad, where we are upset. Allow yourself to deeply see it. When we start deeply seeing, when we stop trying to resist, that is when we just keep going deeper. That is how we are then integrating that part. When trauma happens, the way that survival mechanism works, especially when trauma is too much, we dissociate. When it's too painful, We dissociate because survival is the first need. However, when we are just able to look at it, when we are able to be with it, when we are able to breathe with it, we are able to integrate those aspects, right? Very simply, he would give an example for, to his disciples. He would say, suppose you're having headache. Give attention to it and acknowledge it. Yes, headache, headache. You're just looking at it. And then what may happen is you may recognize there is anger. Okay, now the headache has taken you to the deeper layer. There is anger. That's the underlying cause. And now you just look at this anger, anger. You're looking at it, and then you may actually go to the situation which has caused this anger. Okay. And then when you're looking at it, you are again basically the way that you're looking at it is with compassion, with curiosity. Dr. Newton always says compassionate curiosity is what we need to have. Now, when you're looking at that with this compassionate curiosity, you will start looking, oh, where are the roots of this anger? And you may realize if you're feeling this way, this situation has now triggered this anger. Okay. You may also probably go back to a childhood situation where you felt a similar thing. Right now, you're angry at your husband. He did not do something that you really wanted. And you'll realize that how exactly he's mirroring to you what your mother used to make you feel. And you'll realize the awareness will take you there. Now it is taking you to the deeper aspects of yourself. And now, when you hold that space for your own self with that love, that is what really starts to help you, right? That is how the headache now starts to go. So, in this way, we are really connecting. Normally, what would happen when you're having a headache? We want the headache to go away, right? All of us, we experience that. We want to take a pill. We want to do something. Then, how does this go away? But how is it that we are connecting? We are looking at it, we are paying attention to it, and we are allowing ourselves to look deeply. This is how we start connecting. This is the sutra of connection. Of course, when we start doing that, so this is what we are talking about now, the practice of mindfulness. Meditation, what we do here, we take time out, we sit on the mat or on the chair, of course, and we meditate together. And this practice of mindfulness, where you're present to what is, that starts helping you also in your journey towards wholeness. So, the practice that we will do today, friends, the meditation that we will do today, we will do in 3 steps. Okay. I will first be guiding you to connect to your body. As you will be breathing, our breath is actually, obviously, the oxygen is coming in, the oxygen is going into every part of the body. But I will tell you now, breathe into your hands, breathe into your legs. So you're giving attention to each part of your body as you're breathing, as if you're really now opening up those communication lines. So, first step, we will do that. The second step, we will just be in that state of awareness. We will just be watching. Our breath is the one that connects our body mind. Our body and mind are actually not separate, they are one. So it connects the body mind with the subtle aspect, with the deeper aspect, which is what we may call the soul, which we may call the Atma, the spirit. But as we go deeper, as we go and experience the Samadhi, which is the state of oneness, where Buddha has said actually there is no soul. We are actually not separate. In India, there was a master Kabir. In Hindi, there is a doha where he said, when he first spoke about his enlightenment experience, he said, Boond samani samund mein, sokat heri jaye. He said it is as if the water droplet just dissolved into the ocean. And then, of course, the journey doesn't end with one experience. As he kept deepening in that, 20 years later, he had another, the next level of experience. And he said, no, it's not that the bund is going into the drop is not going into the ocean. Actually, the experience is as if the entire ocean has fallen into the droplet. Samund samai bund mein. It's not that where is the I? The I is not there. It's actually the ocean has just come here. So that was the next level of the experience that he had. So after we just become this witness, then I will ask you to just let your awareness unfold into that oneness, to just surrender to that oneness, right? So we will just go with that experience. And thank you. I see other friends have joined after I started. Hello, Manoj. Hi, Vritti is joined by also her husband. Hello. And I'm not able to see the name PS who's put on her camera. Is that Sandhya? Hi, Ankit. No. Okay, I'm not able to see. Oh, is that Doctor Manisha? Yes. Hi. Any questions or any sharing anybody has before we go into meditation? Anybody wants to share anything? I see there are 2 messages in the chat. Okay, namaste. Yes. No? Nobody wants to share anything. Are we ready for the meditation? Yes? Excellent. Allow yourself to take a comfortable posture. Be with your fingers and legs crossed. Bring your attention to your breath. Watching the natural incoming breath and outgoing breath. Be present to your natural breath. Let this presence be deep, complete. You're totally bringing your awareness in the here and now. As the breath comes in, you're fully watching it come in. The belly going up as it comes in, falling down as it goes out. As if the entire universe breathing into you is life force. You're just watching it happening. This life force being pumped into you and going out. Coming in, going out. The breath that's coming into me that goes out. The same air is also going into the others. We all at some point have taken in the same air. We're all contained in the same energy field. Become present to this. And as you're deeply now present to your breath, paying attention deeply to the outermost part of your body, to your being, your body. Becoming aware that this energy coming into your body, this breath, which also brings in prana, the oxygen too, is moving into each and every aspect of your body, every cell of your body. Become present to this. As you're becoming present to this, your awareness is moving into your entire body. Allow yourself to feel that just with your breath, there are communication lines also that are opening up. Every part of your body. As you stay with your eyes closed, watching your breath, you will now start paying attention to one hand and your breath, as if you are paying attention to this part of your body. Where our attention goes, that is where our energy goes. The communication with this hand is now just stay there. If you feel any sensations in the hand, allow yourself to just relax with it. Know that it's a part of the process. And now you will take your attention to the next hand. As you're breathing, feel your energy going there. As if you're sending the life force there into the other hand. As if you're trying to communicate with this other hand. that one leg. And the other leg. And now you may take your awareness to any part of your body which may be calling for your attention. Keep your awareness with your breath. And if there is any particular part of your body which is calling for your attention, take your attention there. And allow yourself to practice this deep presence. If there is any discomfort, any pain at all in this part of your body, stay present there with a lot of curiosity and compassion, wanting to understand this part, wanting to help. Part may start communicating. Trust any impressions, any answers that may contain. Or it may just happen that if there was discomfort, just with your loving, compassionate attention, that discomfort starts. As that happens, you will now just start becoming openness. Let your breath take you in. Allow yourself to just ride the wave of the breath. As the breath now starts taking you deep, just be a witness to all that. Deeper silence coming. Or if there is any restlessness in the body, the mind, you're just now watching, you're aware of, without wanting it to go away. No resistance, just a pure awareness. guessing what to do. If your mind gets distracted, just become aware that it went away somewhere. And just come back to the breath. Now, allow your awareness to return into the emptiness, into the Antarakash, the infinite sky, the one, into the unknown, allowing yourself to go deeper into enveloped in the sky. Let the wave merge with the ocean. Wave in the top of the ocean. Drop into the ocean. Enjoy the silence. Relax into the silence. Allow yourself to linger. Let's meditate. from the ocean. Relax the feet. Current. Buddha says, this silence within is full of answers. Quantum science says, this emptiness potentials. Just linger there. For another 2 minutes. Simani is the perfect scary journey. Last 1 minute. I am this emptiness. This emptiness is me. But I am the stillness. And the stillness is me. There is no left, just this one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Slowly rub your palms together, cover your eyes, and slowly open your eyes. Welcome back, friends. Wonderful to see all of you. Wonderful to be here with all of you. Anybody wants to share their experience of the meditation? We all experience this oneness also in our own unique ways. The experiences that we have in meditation are going to be so unique. And when we just share that, that actually enriches everybody else also. So if anybody feels inspired to share their experience, that would be amazing.
Oh, actually, this at least at my end, the sound was not very good. वो बार बार कट रहा था, so I was not able to understand what you were saying. Yes, at least at my end. I don't know if others also felt that.
Okay, I didn't get any message. Usually जब ऐसा होता है मुझे कोई मैसेज आ जाता है.
अच्छा, मैंने
तो
किया नहीं
obviously
बीच में. हाँ, या
कोई बात नहीं.
But
ठीक
sound
ठीक.
was an
बाद में
issue, Dr.
record.
Preeti. Sound was an issue. It was breaking basically.
हाँ, breaking. It was breaking. बीच बीच में कट रहा था बहुत काफी.
And it was low also. Maybe the music was high or your volume was low, something like that.
Okay. ठीक है, we'll take that feedback and we'll see next time how can we make this better. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else wants to share the experience of the meditation? यहाँ पे सारे के सारे लोग obviously already practitioners हैं. So sometimes it just doesn't matter what is happening outside. It's just the vibration, and when we just start going in with that vibration. Sandhya ji is saying, I had a mild headache and it's gone now. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you, Dipali ji. It was like bliss. Wonderful. We have our dear friend Manoj here. Hi, Manoj. Manoj is organizing. He's joining us from Rajkot. And actually, he's doing some amazing work. So we also, in the coming weekend, have a workshop in Rajkot, which they are organizing at their center. They have a center, but the people there, all of them together are organizing this. So if anybody feels inspired to also join the workshop, you can, of course, contact Khushbu, me, or Manoj. Thank you, Manoj. Thank you, Sandhya. Anybody else wants to share now? Okay.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, Emma.
Yeah, thank you. Hi. Yeah, to start with, I felt very restless. And I was aware that, I don't know, I felt my spine wasn't being very supportive. It sounds a little strange, but I was very aware of like my spine being collapsing down and was being very restless with the mind over that, what I perceived as that problem. And then I don't know, like, I don't know if the music affected me a lot. It was a little louder than your voice. I think that was a slight problem. I must say the music was louder than your voice. But I don't know where you get the tracks from. This last track, then suddenly I stopped being restless. And this last track with this particular, like, ding, 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 you had a very, then I suddenly went into another place without being aware of it. And it was fantastic. It was almost like I left my mind behind. And I just heard these sounds, and they were there. Anyway, I think that the sounds particularly were very helpful.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Yeah, that was it. Just maybe it was for even like 5 seconds, but I was like transported to somewhere very peaceful. So thank you.
Thank you, Emma. And what
Thank
Emma
you.
shared, it's just so beautiful because many times our body and mind is initially restless, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are obviously that's taking our attention, and the body and the mind tries to keep the attention there initially. That does happen, right? And then, of course, you just kind of went in as you just stay with it. So once we cross a particular threshold, we are not reacting, we're not trying to come out of it, we're not trying to do anything about the spine dropping or whatever may be happening. Just maintaining this Sakshi Bhav, this witnessing state. And that is where then we are able to kind of go past any disturbance.
Mm.
In India, we've
And
had, so many masters where so there was Ashtavakra. There is a Ashtavakra Mahagita Samhita, and he was a master. He had actually in 8 places. His body was actually it was not aligned. There was some misalignment. There was on the left and right side, but it didn't kind of bother him. He was a very high master. He was actually the teacher of Maharaj Janak. Sita Mata is the daughter of Janak Maharaj, and the entire scripture Mahagita, Ashtavakra Mahagita, has been given by him. So many times it doesn't matter what's happening in the body. When you just start, you just be there. You are still, you're giving it attention, you're acknowledging it. But then what happened very beautifully with you, Emma, what you said, you were beyond it. You said, I was just gone, right? So you were just beyond it. And that transcendental experience is so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you. Thank you, Manoj. Thank you. Sandeep ji is saying, I've never been into meditation, so it was not easy for me. I was able to focus at least 50, I can say. Good. Excellent, excellent. Just the fact that we be there, we do not move, we do not leave. That is amazing, right? So some days it may be good, some days it may not be good, but just the fact that we sit there is a win. Thank you, Sandeep ji, for sharing. Pranjal ji, yes. Single white and pink flower with fresh green leaves. Not sure if this was imagination. Felt peace. Just stay with it. Dr. Lakshmi was saying when we say imagination, because of course our images also come from our subconscious, and imagination also comes from there. So it doesn't matter, right? We don't have to go after it, just that you stayed with it, you felt peace, means that that is what was meant for you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Namaste. Manoj, it's Ashtavakra. He's put a picture in the chat if y'all can see. He's put a picture of Ashtavakra. That is so beautiful. Can we actually spotlight this? Is that possible, Khushbu? Can we share this image here? Beautiful. Or we all can see it in the chat. Thank you. Khushbu, not happening? We don't have to struggle. It's okay.
No, it's almost done.
Almost done. Thank you. Beautiful picture he shared. Thank you, Manoj. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful evening ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kushbu. Thank you, friends.
Thank,
Bye-bye.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Bye.